Gamers, today I'm going to show you everything you need to know to use and build your Yun Jin the simplest way I can. No Pythagorean theorem math BS, okay? I know you're on the Sigma grind set. I know you ain't got time for that. So I did the hard part. I did the math for you. Let's get it. Yun Jin is a total goddess. Yun Jin is a Geo support character whose main role is to buff up your team's normal attacks with her burst. So, not Zhao's plunge attack, not Ganyu's charge attack, and let's not forget Raiden's burst autos. Those don't count either, baby. Just regular auto attacks like Chi-Chi swinging around in a Key of Favonia or Yoimiya going pew pew. Yes, normal attacks can be infused with an element like Yoimiya's Pyro and Chongyun's Cryo and are still considered normal attacks. Anyway, this bonus damage that she grants scales off of Yun Jin's defense. So if you want to buff up her damage to the max, you want to stack practically nothing but defense. What about her elemental skill? She strikes a few JoJo poses, gives herself a shield, and deals Geo damage based on either how long she held the skill or if she releases it at a perfect time, similar to Beidou. This damage also scales off of her defense, but the damage here is not what this is about. This skill is her battery. It's how she's going to get a bunch of energy to keep her ultimate up, her burst up at all times. So don't be a scrub. Wait for those particles to get back to Yun Jin before you switch her out. Capiche? Juicy nerd tech alert. Tap skill into immediate burst. Yun Jin will burst before the particles get to her. Then they will get to her during the animation. She'll get a bunch of energy and be ready for her next burst that much faster, baby. So what stats does Yun Jin want? Pretty much just stack huge defense and energy recharge. Maybe a little bit of crit if you are going to be using Favonia slants. So let's talk about weapons right now. Unfortunately, there's no defense percent main stat pole arms yet, so if we can't raise our defense, we're going to raise our energy recharge, gamers. Favonia Slants is an amazing free-to-play weapon for Yun Jin. The flat energy recharge percent is fire, but to fully take advantage of this, we're going to need a little bit of crit rate to proc the extra energy recharge particles. If you're balling out and you've got an Engulfing Lightning laying around, it looks great on her, and it's 55% energy recharge, not bad. The Catch and Prototype Star Glitter are both 45.9% energy recharge, which is pretty cool too. And if you've got none of those, you can dust off that old Skyward Spine with its 36% ER, but this thing's still worse than the others. It can never catch a break. It's trash. Don't get too fixated on the numbers now, gamers. These are just small little benchmarks. If you've got the Favonia Slants, I'd be going for 180% energy recharge or higher and a 30 to 40% crit rate around there. And with the other energy recharge weapons, we want to skyrocket that thing. I'd say about 230% energy recharge if we can, somewhere around there. For artifact sets, 4-piece Husk is really nice for her since she wants to be off field, building up those defense percent stacks, and the 2-piece defense percent is perfect for her. 2-piece Emblem of Severed Fate along with 2-piece Husk is also awesome to grab both energy recharge and defense percent. And finally, you could even rock a 2-piece Defender's Will. That's a 4-star set, and a 2-piece Husk for a whopping 60% defense increase. But of course, keep in mind, 4-star artifacts have way lower main and substats, so they are a lot worse than 5 stars. I'd only use this if you're broke. Now for the stats. It's really up to you peeps with what you're able to get going in terms of your defense percent, energy recharge, and crit rate if you're running the Fav Lance. I'm going to keep it a buck. I like the big damage coming out of my Yun Jin, so I really hope that all my Yun Jin homies out there can roll some high energy recharge and crit so that they can run triple defense percent, Sands, Goblet, and Circlet. But we all know that's always not going to be the case, so I would think of it like this. If you're rolling insane defense percent substats, maybe you can afford to run that energy recharge Sands. If you're high rolling your defense and energy recharge, maybe you could fit in a crit rate hat to push that energy to the next level. Try to get the highest defense you possibly can while having enough energy recharge, like I talked about before, and enough crit for your Favonia Slants. Any of the main stats on screen right now are going to be totally fine for you. But if you can't run 2 defense main stats, you're cringe. Constellations. Did you get lucky 4-head? Or did you swipe 3-head? C1, it's all right. More skill, more energy. C2, super sick Constellation. Makes her boost her damage even more, and it lasts the same time of her ult, so very pog. C3, luckily it's her burst, so even more damage for a lower Constellation. C4, if you can crystallize effectively, it's gonna boost her damage up a bit. It's nothing insane though. C5 is just her skill, nothing crazy. C6 is an attack speed boost. There is very little attack speed boost in all of Genshin Impact, so this is bussin'. More speed, more normals, more damage. I would argue all of her constellations bar C5 and maybe C1 are super good. Pull responsibly, gamers. Real quick, let's talk about her talent breaking conventions. The more different elemental types you have on your team, the bigger her scaling is going to be with her burst for your team's normal attacks. I think the ideal number for Yun Jin is going to be 3. Having the 4 different elements for just a 4% defense scaling boost is not worth suboptimal elemental reactions potentially and losing out on sick elemental resonances like Geo, Pyro, and Cryo. Overall, it's a cool talent, but do not get hung up on having 4 different elements. It is legit not worth it. Real quick, we'll throw this in. Talent priority is definitely her burst. Then her skill. You don't even need the autos at all, baby. Oh, you want team comps? Yun Jin works well with characters that rely on normal attacks for their damage. That is honestly about it. May suck that she's not universally broken like Kazuha and Bennett, but I actually think that it's cool that she's unique and niche. Now, I've got a lot of dank comps. I'm going to elaborate on a few, but the rest will be in my little team comp chart at the end. Let's talk cheaper free-to-play comps first. Razor, the 4-star main DPS free-to-play hero. Attacks really fast for a Claymore user, and the dude does nothing but normal attacks. He can proc Super Conduct, since he's a physical damage dealer too, who's Electro. So Razor, Yun Jin, and Double Cryo can go ham. I'd recommend Rosaria for the crit sharing, the heavy cryo, the big damage, along with probably Chi-Chi or Diona for the shields and the heals. Nothing too crazy. This may seem weird at first, but physical damage Crescent Pike Zhongli is actually amazing with Yun Jin. Super fast attack string, great normal attack scaling, and Geo Resonance with his shield is going to be easy clap. Add a Cryo Electro pair for Super Conduct and to get the 3 different elemental achievement for her passive. Fischl is always my go-to, and probably Rosaria for even more damage since you already got the shields. The obvious, the Yoimiya comp. If you've been lucky enough to be blessed with the cuteness that is Yoimiya, it's time to pew pew, baby. Bennett for the attack buff, the Pyro Resonance, and the healing. Kazuha or any Animo character you've got for the Pyro Shred from Viridescent Venerer. This is going to be a full-fledged Pyro damage machine gun comp, probably Yun Jin's most standard comp available to her. I'd say you guys are ready to get your Yun Jins off the ground. If you want to see my next guide and support the channel absolutely for free, sub to the YouTube channel, baby, right now. And drop a like to hopefully get this video out to more Yun Jin sims like myself. I stream full-time on Twitch if you want to come hang out and drop that Twitch Prime. But guys, with that, I'll see you next time. Peace!